Welcome back. Another episode of ABO Adventures. What we're going to do today is we're going to bring you kind of a two-part video into one. First, we're going to take you up to two of the properties we have permission on up in northern PA and do a little bit of food plot rescue, which we talked about in the last video. Just some plots that really didn't take the way we had hoped. We have had no rain here in this part of PA whatsoever, and it's been tough on them. So we went up and we're going to talk about cereal grains a little bit and how we kind of tried to combat the fact that the plots didn't take. And in the second part of the video, we're going to be back up in the same plot, do a little bit of follow-up on that, see how they do, and we're going to hang tree stands. At this point in time, we're about 2.5 to 3 weeks away from the season, so we're definitely getting down to the wire. Always seems like we're rushing around at the end, but got projects going on and work, and you know, it's kind of gets tough sometimes. So stay tuned, and like I said, we'll bring you two-part video here in one, and hope you guys enjoy it. We're back up here. It's been about 2 weeks, 10 days since I was last here and checked on these plots. So this one I'm a little more pleased with now. Still not where I want to be for a month in, 5 weeks in, but the rain helped, and I think that's just it. We haven't gotten any rain here, you know, hardly compared to, you know, years past. It's in the past, you know, month, 2 months. So we got a good shower the other day. We're supposed to get some more thunderstorms today. So what I might do is I might overseed it just a touch with maybe some oats or something that's going to shoot up quick, just to kind of help keep things moving and try and protect that chicory and clove. Just finished up fixing this plot, hopefully. This one was still bad. Yeah, it was a little bit of new growth, but you could see even anything that came up, the deer nipped off already. And that's one thing that's tough about doing food plots where we're doing them, is there's not a lot of high quality food around a lot of times. So you put a plot in, deer just hammer it, which is what we want, but sometimes doesn't give it enough time to be able to sustain itself. So I want to kind of point out something that I was noticing here and kind of put my mind at ease a little bit, is I think it was just truly the lack of moisture and rain that we had, because anywhere there was an overhanging canopy and we have shade, it's doing just fine. The rye shot up a little bit higher than the clover. There's a lot of young clover underneath of it. It's so thick, it's full. The deer are in it already. I have a camera right here. It's exactly how I would want it to look for, you know, a month in. But you get out in the open where there's no shade at any point during the day, and it's pretty much bare. So I'm thinking that the ground dried up so fast out there. All right, so basically what we did is we just went up and broadcasted some of those cereal grains. Important thing to note that I don't think I went over when I was doing it was that, you know, to each their own, basically. I'd say the three biggest ones you hear about are rye, oats, and wheat when doing this. And you know, when we're doing this stuff, it's experimenting. I mean, we don't have, you know, 50 years of experience behind us to know which ones work the best up there. So that's what I recommend to you guys. Just experiment, you know. It ain't gonna hurt to throw some seed on the ground and see how it takes. Now, rye is, you know, probably the best in a sense that it just seems to take everywhere. You know, the times that I have used it, it just comes up no matter what the ground, no matter what the soil content is. You know, I don't bother with, you know, soil tests with rye. You know, I've had seed in the bed of my truck that, you know, starts to sprout because there's some dirt in there. So that's the way, you know, the way I see it as far as rye goes. Oats and wheat, I really haven't messed around with wheat too much, so that's something if you guys want to try, you know, definitely experiment with it. I might at some point, but I have done oats, you know, as something that it's really not going to stick around in the spring if in a clover plot, if I wanted to, you know, the clover to be the first thing that shoots up. But on the flip side of that, a benefit is that rye, it'll be green before clover will. So clover. Alright, so we're back at the one spot where I did a little bit of food plot rescue last week, 2 weeks ago. And looking good, slowly but surely. Unfortunately, we didn't get a lick of rain from when I planted or spread the seed until yesterday. So hopefully that rain, the ground's real wet. We're supposed to get some hot sunny days over the next 2 days. Hopefully this will really sprout. But had a camera on it. It's got over 2,000 pictures in the past 2 weeks, so I'm hoping they're using it. I'm hoping there's nothing in front of it that could have been triggering it. So we're gonna check that, and we're gonna be right back out here today to hang a stand up in that big tree. And hopefully, you know, it'll be a good spot come fall. Alright, that wraps us up for today's video. What we got coming up here in the future, hopefully you'll get a little bit of a video. Kyle and his dad fished a tournament up on Cayuga in New York. Got 6 out of 151 boats, so that's awesome. He's going to try and bring you some of that. This coming up weekend, we're going to be in Oneida, in New York, fishing Lake Oneida for a few days, kind of one last fishing trip before hunting season starts, so I'm excited for that. Hopefully we'll bring you the action there. And then lastly, I'm hoping to bring you a small clip, you know, of kind of, you know, our game plan for the season, the bucks Kyle and I are seeing, and what, you know, maybe our targets, you know, going into the season. And then, you know, season's gonna start. I mean, 2 weeks we'll be in a tree. So we're excited. It's been a long time coming. It's been a lot of work, and we're hoping to really capitalize on all that this year. So we've got some lookers, you know, and we're excited. So that being said, you know, thanks for tuning in, and until next time, you know, we'll see you right back here on ABO Adventures. Thanks, guys.